Have you ever tried to make a budget only for it to completely blow up in your face after a few weeks? You start off with great intentions, tracking every dollar, but pretty soon you feel like you're suffocating. Your budget starts to feel less like a tool and more like a prison guard watching your every move. It all ends in a mess of frustration, guilt, and that nagging feeling that you're just bad with money. Well, what if the budget wasn't the problem? What if you weren't the problem? What if the whole approach you were taught was just wrong? There's a crucial piece of the puzzle that most people miss, and it can turn your budget from a miserable chore into a clear roadmap for your biggest life goals. Stick around for the next few minutes, and I'll show you how to build a budget you'll actually want to follow because it's designed by you, for you. Let's be real. The way most of us are taught to budget is broken. It's all about one thing: restriction. The whole process starts with a giant list of things you can't do. No more morning coffees, no more nights out with friends. Cancel that streaming service. It's a system built on scarcity and sacrifice. And honestly, who wants to sign up for that? This is what I call the budgeting trap. And it creates a vicious cycle. You make a strict budget, you feel deprived, you eventually break it, and then a wave of guilt washes over you. That guilt makes you want to ignore the budget entirely, so you give up and tell yourself you'll try again next month. But the cycle just repeats, leaving you feeling more and more hopeless. Like your financial goals are just drifting further away. The problem is that this old school method is obsessed with your expenses. It's a defensive game, like you're just trying to plug leaks in a sinking ship. A budget shouldn't feel like a punishment for spending. It should be an exciting plan for your future. Budgeting fails when it's all about subtraction. It only works when it's about addition, adding joy, freedom, and real value to your life. And that all starts by rethinking what a budget is for. It's not about what you have to give up. It's about what you're trying to build. The secret to a budget that actually sticks is to stop focusing on your expenses first. Instead, you need to start with your dreams. I'm talking about your real, deep-down life goals. This is the missing link. This is your why. A budget without a why is just a boring spreadsheet. But a budget that's fueled by your why, that becomes a powerful tool for building the exact life you want. Think about it. It's tough to get fired up about cutting your grocery bill by $20. But it's incredibly easy to get excited about saving that same $20 when you know it's going straight into a fund for a down payment on your dream house, a trip to finally see the Northern Lights, or the freedom to quit a job you can't stand. When your budget is connected to what you truly value, your whole mindset changes. Financial decisions are no longer about restriction, they're about priority. You're not cutting back. You're investing in your future. You're not sacrificing. You're choosing your long-term happiness over a short-term impulse. This mental shift is everything. It turns budgeting from a chore you dread into an act of empowerment. So, before we even touch a single number, we're going to start with what really matters. You. All right, let's get into the nuts and bolts. I'll walk you through the 5 steps to create this new kind of budget, your life goal budget. Step 1, dream big, then get specific. Before you even think about a spreadsheet, grab a piece of paper. At the top, write down your goals. All of them. Let's break them into 3 groups. Short-term goals, the next 12 months. Maybe this is building a $1,000 emergency fund, finally paying off that one credit card, or saving up for a fun weekend trip. Midterm goals, 1 to 5 years. This is for the bigger stuff, like saving for a down payment on a car, funding your dream wedding, or planning that huge international vacation. Long-term goals, 5+ years. Think big picture here, buying a home, saving for retirement, or even becoming financially independent so you can work on your own terms. And don't just write, save for a car. Get specific. Save $5,000 for a down payment on a reliable SUV by December 2026. Try to feel the emotion behind these goals. Picture what it will feel like when you get there. This is the fuel for your financial engine. Step 2, know your numbers. The reality check. Now that you know your why, it's time to figure out your what. This just means getting a totally clear picture of your money, what's coming in and what's going out. First, your total monthly income. If you have a steady paycheck, this is simple. Just look at your take-home pay after taxes. If your income is irregular, no problem. Just look at your bank statements for the last 6 to 12 months, add it all up, and find your monthly average. Next, you have to track your spending. I know this is the part everyone dreads, but it's so important. Go through your last 2 or 3 months of bank and credit card statements and put every expense in a category. And don't forget the small stuff. That daily coffee or vending machine snack really does add up. Group them into 2 buckets. Fixed expenses. These are the bills that are pretty much the same every month, like rent or mortgage, car payments, and insurance. Variable expenses. This is the stuff that changes, like groceries, gas, restaurants, and entertainment. The point here isn't to judge yourself. You're just gathering data. You can't make a good plan without knowing your starting line. Step 3, choose your framework, the right budgeting method. With your goals and numbers in hand, you need a system to connect them. There are tons of budgeting methods out there, but let's focus on 2 of the most effective and flexible ones. The 50-30-20 rule. This is a great starting point because it's so simple. You split your take-home pay into 3 categories. 50% for your needs, rent, utilities, all the must-haves. 30% for your wants, dining out, hobbies, fun stuff, and 20% for savings and debt repayment. That 20% is where you fund your goals. Zero-based budgeting. This one is more hands-on, but it's incredibly powerful. The idea is simple. Your income minus your expenses should equal 0. Every single dollar gets a job. Some dollars pay the rent, others buy groceries, and, most importantly, some dollars get assigned directly to the goals you wrote down in step 1. It forces you to be intentional with all of your money. Pick the one that feels less like a straitjacket and more like a comfortable pair of shoes. You can easily find free templates for both of these online for Google Sheets or Excel. Okay, time to put it all together. Open up that spreadsheet or budgeting app. Put your monthly income at the very top. Then list your expenses and your goal contributions based on the framework you picked. Now here's the key, treat your savings like a bill. Instead of just saving whatever's left over at the end of the month, make it a non-negotiable expense. It should be right up there with rent. This is you paying your future self first. If you find that your expenses are more than your income, don't panic. This is where the plan comes to life. Look at your wants. Where can you trim a little? Remember, you're not just cutting spending. You're moving money from something that gives you a little pleasure now to something that will bring you a ton of fulfillment later. Step 5. The automation secret. This is the single most powerful trick to making sure your budget actually sticks. Automate your savings. Don't rely on your own willpower. Just set up automatic transfers from your checking to your savings accounts for the day you get paid. You can even open up separate high-yield savings accounts for each of your big goals and nickname them Dream Home Fund or Japan Trip. When the money for your goals is gone before you even see it, you naturally learn to live on the rest. It makes saving totally effortless and guarantees you're always making progress. Creating a budget is half the battle. Living with it is the other half. Think of your budget less as a stone tablet and more as a living document that should change as your life does. First, schedule a monthly budget check-in. Life happens, you might get a raise, or your car might suddenly need a big repair. A quick monthly review lets you adjust your plan and stay on track without getting stressed. Remember, a budget that can't bend will eventually break. Flexibility is a feature, not a flaw. Second, plan for those random bigger expenses. You know the ones. Annual subscriptions, holiday gifts, car registration. These can wreck a monthly budget if you aren't ready for them. The solution is creating sinking funds. These are just separate little savings pots where you put a small amount of money each month to cover these known but infrequent costs. And finally, celebrate your wins. Did you hit your emergency fund goal? Did you pay off that credit card? Acknowledge it. Treat yourself to something small that fits in your wants category. Building a good relationship with money involves positive reinforcement, and it'll keep you motivated for the long haul. You have the roadmap, so the most important thing you can do now is start. Don't wait for the first of the month or for the perfect time. The perfect time is right now. To make it real, drop a comment below and share one financial goal, big or small, that you're fired up to achieve. Let's build a community of support right here. And if this was helpful and you want more practical tips for taking control of your financial life, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. A budget that actually works isn't a cage, it's a key. For too long, we've been told it's about what you can't have. But the truth is, it's about what you can build. It's the key to unlocking the life you really want by giving you clarity, control, and a concrete plan. By starting with your why and building a system that serves your goals, you stop fighting your finances and start using them as a tool. You're in the driver's seat. You have the power to design your future. Now go build it.